check things. Awesome. It does look like we're good. All right, Pooja. Thanks for joining me today. Congratulations on launching FemFit to the App Store. I just pulled it up on my phone here, and it looks like it's coming up number two whenever I search FemFit. So nice job there. That's really, really promising. Would love to start this off by telling the audience who you are and what your background is.
Yeah, so I'm Pooja, and I've worked as a software engineer for the past few years. I'm also a master's student, and I just founded FemFit. Um,
What is
and
FemFit? What's the
yeah,
problem that you're solving with FemFit?
so FemFit pretty much empowers women to track their health, their fitness, and menstrual cycles all at the same time. Um, and they also will receive like coach supported guidance. So it's pretty much a platform that's designed to connect users to coaches, whether it's nutritionists or personal trainers or health and wellness coaches or just like people that want to give advice. So it's like a community type of thing. So everyone can like have support.
And it's for like it's for your target market is like women who want to like intersect their fitness with their menstrual cycles. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, exactly. Because like most of the time when you have issues with your menstrual cycle or have any like hormonal issues and you go to the doctor, usually they'll just prescribe birth control,
Oh yeah.
but they won't actually like get to like the root of the problem. Like they won't look at like what you're eating, are you
Mm,
exercising, like are you putting too much stress on your body? Because that could also be an issue. So there's so many like factors that can go into your like hormonal cycle, and it's hard to get it like perfectly like regular without like birth control sometimes for some
yeah.
women.
Yeah.
So this is like a good way for them to like regulate their hormones without like going through birth control or any like crazy like hormone therapies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um so I love like the niche of like uh and this is sounds really weird to say, but like the women's menstrual cycle niche when it relates to apps, like that's really interesting because like your menstrual cycle is something that is like ongoing and it's on an interval, and so like women need to kind of track it, and obviously it doesn't stop. So like when you intersect those two, I think you create a really interesting like retention like loop where people will come back because like their cycle is also kind of on an interval. So I thought it was really cool how you kind of intersected those two. Are there any apps like this, like that intersect like menstrual cycles with like fitness and workouts?
I think there is a lot of new ones that are coming out like more recent. Like I've heard of like Bestie app, um, and I've seen a few others like come up on my feed, but a lot of them are very like you track
Bestie
your
app, huh?
period.
I want to look that up.
Yeah. It's by this one like biohacker. Her name's Aggie, and I follow her on Instagram, and she's really awesome. Like she's into like biohacking and like reducing your age, and then
Oh,
she
really
made
interesting.
yeah, and like bloat. I think she has like a supplement that helps you like not bloat.
Oh, wow. So she's kind of got like an app and like supplements and a couple other products going. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
she's really big, but her app, like a lot of other ones, there's also another app called Wild AI that
Uh
I've
huh.
heard of, but a lot of them are very like you track your period and then it'll give you like an AI generated fitness plan,
Mm-hmm.
whereas mine is like an actual person to like keep you accountable and help you track things along the way. Because I think like for a lot of people, like if a robot is like telling you to do something every day, it's so much different than like an actual human being telling you to do
Yeah,
something every day. So like if you had like a personal trainer like get up every like telling you to get up every morning, and it's you feel like more accountable. There's more accountability when there's like an actual human instead of a robot. So that's
absolutely.
kind
So
of
wait,
where my
I
product.
just caught that. Like there's when somebody uses FemFit, a real human is giving them a workout plan according to their menstrual cycle.
Mhm.
That's really cool. And so you have coaches like on the platform.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Nice. And I remember when you came into the program, you actually had a completely different app idea and you changed it partway through. And I think that's totally cool, as you know, um, the art of the pivot. A lot of new builders who come to Ambitious Labs and like they get nervous about, hey, what if my idea doesn't hit? Like we try to encourage them to come in anyways because we will help them get through that pivot process and help them kind of yeah, like go find a market that they're super excited about. So I'd love for you to tell me like when you joined Ambitious Labs, if you don't mind, what was the idea that you were working on? And then like talk to me about how that pivot process went when you were in the program. You had a significant amount of money on the line and you didn't want to obviously waste your investment. So how were you thinking about that?
Yeah, so I started this a few months before I even joined Ambitious Labs, and I tried
Okay.
doing it by myself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where um, the pivot came in because I was realizing there was already a lot of apps in the App Store that were doing like AI generated fitness plans, and
Hmm.
they were doing pretty good too. But I wanted to make mine a little bit different. Um, and I started doing like I would go to the gym and then I'd go to the sauna and I would literally like ask people in the sauna. I'd be like, "Oh, like do you feel more accountable? Like would you feel more like how would you feel if you had an AI generated program?" And a
Wow.
lot of them were like or like they were like, "What if AI made your like fitness plans for you in the sauna of my gym?" I was just asking random people that.
Wow, that's so cool.
And they were like, I think that a lot of them would say like, "Oh no, like I feel like I'd want someone else to like keep me accountable. Like I would want an actual human being." Like,
Yeah. The AI just doesn't hit the same. I totally agree. It just doesn't hit the same. You need somebody kind of kicking your butt right behind you. But that's cool that you were uh, hanging out where your customers hang out, right? Like that's where they say, "Where do your customers hang out online?" Well, you're like, they don't hang out online, but they're at the gym and the sauna, and
yeah.
so that's cool that you were doing some user research there. So you were doing that like while you were in the planning phase of the program, like why were you open to pivoting? Like a lot of people just aren't open to that. Like they just are like, oh, if I can't bring this idea to market, I'm gonna die on this hill and I'm gonna stick to this idea. But like the best startup founders, right, are ones who are coachable. They look at the market, they listen to customers, they don't just go off their own ego. But like, why were you open to doing that?
I think it was just a lot of like user feedback mostly because one, it was like, oh, like I don't really trust a robot too much, especially like older people and honestly younger people too. I think the accountability that's there, but I also met some like people that were like I met a health and wellness coach,
Oh, nice.
and I met two actually, and I met a few personal trainers I was talking to, and some of them were saying like, yeah, they do find clients, but they wished that there was like an easier way to find clients as well.
Hmm.
So it was kind of a mixture of that, and like my initial idea was to just have an AI fitness plan maker, but after getting all this user feedback, where coaches are having a hard time finding clients sometimes, or
Yeah. No,
yeah,
that's super interesting. And so like you also have helped coaches like you are helping coaches get on your platform so that they can make more money. And I think that's a huge market in itself actually. Talk to me about that. Like you're building kind of a market, not really a marketplace, but you're building like a platform where coaches can also come on and offer their services. So now that you kind of have this platform built up, right? Like you have this app. Now it's time to like build the actual business. So like what are you doing to get coaches on the platform?
yeah. So I don't have too much experience with marketing, but for now, since it's kind of I'm still in the phase where I'm just trying to find as many coaches as possible that want to be on the platform.
Yeah.
So it's just like reaching out, like cold reach out on Instagram,
Nice.
like
That's good.
DMing.
Have you had any success doing that?
Um, Not yet. I haven't sent out too many DMs. Like I have a lot of people in mind that I've talked to,
Hmm.
and um, so I'm doing like my own like contact list first,
Yeah.
and then going more into like DMs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But,
We just I just hired a VA, a virtual assistant like from Upwork for $3 an hour, and her job is literally just to send DMs to influencers in my niche. And
mhm,
she's booking like 5 calls for me a week, like just to these influencers. My I'll just share my playbook, but like she DMs them a script. Once they get a reply, she tells me they we got a reply. I film a Loom video like going over her page and like the app, and I'll say, "Hey, your page looks cool. This is my app. I think it could really fit your audience. These are the videos that I think could like fit. Um, would love to work with you. We'll pay you. Blah blah blah. Click the link that I'll send you right, after this Loom video to book a call with me." And that's our playbook. Like DM Loom, book a call, and she's booking like 5 calls a week right now. Um, and then the goal is to turn that into a math equation, right? Like if I pay her $5 or $3 an hour for 40 hours a week, right? That's 3 times 40 is $120. But she's booking me 5 calls a week, so that's $24 per call, right? Like that's super cheap if you think about it that way. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't have 150 a week to pay somebody," but like when you break it down uh, into unit economics, it's like $24 per call. If I can close, 1/4 of them, like 1 in 4, then that's $96 to acquire an influencer who could acquire me hundreds and hundreds of users, right? Or even dozens. Then you can do the math equation again. Like, how much did it cost you to get those users? And
mhm.
then once you kind of have those equations, like now you can predictably scale your business. Um, and I'll share that playbook as well with y'all as I'm building out the marketing program now. Um, and I'll share that playbook with a lot of y'all who are, growing your apps and taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I was definitely considering getting a VA.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I can,
definitely do want to go down that.
yeah, and I can share the SOP. Like I'll write up a doc of like what I do, and then like the scripts and everything, and I can provide that to you. But
Okay.
cool, no, that's great. And tell me about like what your background is. Like, do you know how to code before this?
Yeah, so I was a software engineer for about 3 years
Mm.
before this. So I knew how to code, but I did mostly like Angular. If
Oh,
you know
okay.
what that is, like Angular framework. So it was definitely like web apps, not
Yeah.
so much mobile apps. So I think there's a big difference between like mobile and web apps. Like there is a lot of similarities. Um,
What do you
but
like better, mobile or web?
that's a tough question. Uh, I think mobile apps. I think mobile
Oh,
apps
you
are
don't have to be biased though. You can say what it is. Yeah, you really like mobile apps better?
yeah, because I think I use them more. Like I'm
Okay.
always on my phone.
Yeah,
So like I think it's more like for me.
for
I'm
sure.
not like always like on a web app, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm
I like
always using apps on my phone.
I like mobile apps because they're like I feel like more secretive, like in the sense of like anybody can build a web app. Like you just fire up some HTML on a page and you can build a web app. But like a mobile app, you have to like get into a brand new development environment. You like have to send it to the app store. You have to jump through so many hoops, and like the style of development is just different because you're developing for like a little screen rather than like this big web app. And I think you get to develop apps that are easier to use. I think mobile apps are easier to be successful with. Like web apps, since they're like mostly used like on a browser, like you have to like make them big and you have to add a lot of features and you have to think about like how are you going to provide so much value to somebody who's on like a computer where they have so much computing power. Whereas like a mobile device, like they just want to get in and out. Like somebody wants to get on your app, get a workout, talk to their coach, boom boom boom, 30 seconds and they're out. And I think that's why mobile apps are a lot more fun to build because like you get to build for like quick experiences rather than like these big bloated,
Yeah,
apps.
I think there's like a really big difference in just like what you would use web apps for versus mobile apps because for like web apps, I'm thinking like e-commerce SaaS, like you want to do like
Uh,
analytics or like insurance companies or like banking or just like that sort of thing, or
Hmm.
like car dealerships or like trying to find a car. But then when I think about mobile apps, I'm like, okay, like now you have a camera. Now you
Yeah,
have like it's different. Like you're not gonna like go out and like track your calories with your like laptop. You know what I mean? It's just
no,
so much more
absolutely,
convenient to just like do it on your phone.
absolutely, and
Um,
that's the thing.
mhm.
Very cool, nice. Well, let's jump into your app demo. I would love to kind of show what your app does and get to see what you built. All right, let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see your screen.
No, my mobile will pull up
Oh,
in
okay.
a second. Can you see my phone?
Yeah.
Sweet. Nice. So I just typed in FemFit in the search bar, and I was telling you earlier, like you're coming up number two, which is really cool. How'd you come up with the name FemFit?
Well, it's just I think it was just catchy, like female fitness,
Yeah.
and like, and I like the FF with the
No, the logo is fire. Who built that? Who did that logo? Did you design that?
no, no, it was Ambitious Labs.
Are you
Like,
serious? I
yeah,
didn't know that we did that one. That's actually sick.
yeah, I liked it a lot. They gave me like three options, and I chose that one out of the
Wow.
three.
That's really really cool. I like that it's. I also think that like apps that have like two syllable or two word names that are one syllable each like are just like clicky. Prize picks like FemFit. You know, there's a couple others that I've seen. I actually am really not liking my app name, Closer Academy. I just think it's such a mouthful. I really want to change the name, and so I'm working on that. But that's pretty cool. And then these App Store screenshots, how'd you design these?
I did it myself on Figma.
Really, these are dope. These look really good.
Yeah, I
So
was
you have,
thinking about hiring someone, but then I was like, I've used Figma before. I'll just try to do it myself.
hey, simple cells, simple scales. Like these are really good. Sync your cycle for smarter training. Love it. Track progress, workouts, and nutrition in one place. Workouts tailored to your body and cycle. Smart nutrition for every phase of your cycle. Get matched with your perfect coach. Ask anything. Fitness, nutrition, and cycle insights. Like that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's jump in. And are you charging people to use this app?
No, no. It the only charge would be if you decided to go with the coach, then coaches can set their own rate, and
I see.
then yeah, kind of like how Fiverr and Upwork work.
Mm,
You like create a contract, and then
makes sense.
yeah.
Awesome. So I'm gonna start by creating an account. You can walk me through here, like your onboarding flow. Yesterday I did an interview and it went live, and I accidentally typed my phone number in here, and somebody called me after. uh, that was awkward. Okay. Awesome. So I'm gonna say yes to push notifications, and I'll let you walk me through your onboarding process from here.
Yeah, so if you want to do wellness seeker,
Okay. So I can choose who I am. Like if I'm a coach, I have a different onboarding flow.
yeah, exactly. There's two different onboarding flows, two different dashboards and everything.
Oh, there we go. Welcome to FemFit. FemFit is your personal coach that helps you level up your health game through AI or real coaches. That's awesome. Sweet. Age. Oh, this is my birthday, right?
Hmm.
I don't like the Flutterflow birthday picker.
Yeah, I have the on the coach's side. I have the Cupertino one.
Oh, okay.
I still have to change it on the
So
user side.
current weight, I'm not gonna let anybody guess my weight on the internet. So I'm gonna say 200 pounds, even though I'm not. Um, 5'9", target weight 155. Okay. Help us customize your experience by sharing some basic information. My activity level, sedentary, lightly active. I would consider myself active. Types of workouts: cardio, strength training, basketball, running, goals, muscle, weight loss. Very cool. How did you come up with these questions?
Um, I just like want. I was just thinking about like what a coach would want to know about their user. So
Hmm,
like all of this information is given to the coach as well.
that makes sense. And then I was like, why is it asking my pregnancy goals? And then I remembered that it's a woman's app. So that's cool. What motivates you to stay on track? Accountability. Do you want daily reminders? Yes, I like it. Where are you located? Atlanta. Put a face. Is this required? Uh, I'll use the camera because I have no idea what's going to come up. Awesome. So I just took a picture and now I'm in.
Yeah. So you can log your if you click that button log period, um, you can log when your period is.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Very cool.
yeah, so you can select the date, and then if you scroll down, you can save it and put how long your cycle is and how many days it lasts for.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so it tells you when your period is and also like when you're ovulating as well. So there's that feature, and then you can add how many steps you did and like all your metrics if you want to,
Wow, nice.
and it'll log like what it is and then the date next to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I could take hours of sleep today, 7 log. That's awesome. And then what are
And
these other tabs? These are workouts
yeah,
for the week.
yeah. So for this one, you can add a title for what you want to name your week. Yeah, so week one strength, and then if you click on that,
Oh,
then
that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Wow, this has a lot of features. Like, how long did this take you to build from start to finish?
it took the 3 months.
It took 3 months to build all of this. That's actually really impressive because there's so many like um sub steps that you built in here and like a lot of UI.
Yeah, for sure.
It took 3 months even after pivoting or including the pivot.
With the pivot too.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Were you
I
how
was working
many
a
days
lot
a
on
week?
this.
How many days a week were you working on this and like how many hours were you putting in?
A lot. A
Really?
lot of time. I'd go to like every single office hours. I don't know if any of the coaches told you, but I would be at every single
Oh, I
one.
know. We check in every week, every day, and I was told that you were taking uh like taking advantage of all the resources that you had access to. So that was good. Like that's what I want to see from people. And then builders ask me like, "Oh, why am I not making progress?" Well, you're not showing up to office hours. Like you're not using the resources. You need to show up. You need to be pushed forward. And yeah, that's what they're there for. That's what you invested in us to do for you. So
Yeah, I think for me too, like when I first started this, I was like, I'm not staying accountable. Like there's no one like keeping me accountable. And it's like I'd be gone for like a day or two and then one of the coaches would be like, "Hey Pooja, like how's your progress going?" I'd be like, "Oh shit, I gotta
oh
get
yeah,
back on this."
that's good. I'm happy to
Yeah.
hear that that was one of the reasons that kept you going. Because we do our best to like check in with people and keep people moving. A lot of other like accelerators and courses like they just will let you go, but like we actually check in because
Mhm.
my team is uh like highly motivated to make sure people launch. Like we're tracking how many people we launch all the
Yeah.
time.
I
So
think like one of the coaches told me in the beginning of the program, like that there was someone that pretty much almost made the app but didn't launch. And so I think that kind of like put the fire under me where I was like, I need to like get this done in the 12 weeks or else my time's gonna run out. So I was like, which was a good thing because I think if it was like unlimited time or something like that, then I wouldn't have gotten it done. But
absolutely.
since there was like that time restraint, I was like, I need to like
Well, you and I both know that like we say 12 weeks, but like if you're showing up and putting in the work, like we don't like hold that against our builders. Like if you're at the finish line, like we aren't going to be like, "Hey, we're done now. Like this is over." Um our our vision is your app launched in 12 weeks, guaranteed, or we keep working with you until you do. We just want to see that builders are making progress. It's like as long as you're putting in the work every single day, you're showing up. Like we want to support you because like you win, we win. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't know that, so I was
you're
just
not
like
supposed to know. That's why. It's a cool thing that happens in customer psychology, and like I like to teach everybody what I'm learning in business. But like, you'd rather like over deliver, and when somebody is kind of like pushed up against that timeline, and then like for example you, and you find out that like, hey, I still get access, it's going to make you happier, and you're going to be more motivated feeling that like we're giving you complimentary access, and we're betting on you to finish, so you feel good, you feel motivated, and then we also get a win with you. So um, that's our goal. It used to be that we gave people 6 months of access to the program, Pooja, and we ran an A/B test. It's a long A/B test. We never went back, but like my hypothesis was people aren't finishing because we're giving them too long, and so we cut the program. We didn't really cut the program. We just said, hey, the program lasts 12 weeks, and we saw our launch rate goes up, our conversion rate went up, people started joining more, because like 12 weeks was just a lot more exciting than saying like, hey, 6 months of access. Nobody wants to wait 6 months to launch an app.
yeah, for sure.
So that's really cool. And so you've built a lot of cool features here. You have, it looks like your first coach,
Mhm,
Barty Lawani.
mhm.
Nice. How'd you find this person?
She's just, one of my friend's moms.
Nice.
Is it
So you're
moms?
starting with like your inner circle and then moving out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Very cool. Anything else you want me to see on this app as far as like features or things you built goes?
Um, well, there's a tracker for, your nutrition in the middle.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, like, add a meal like breakfast, and then you can add foods, and
Do
then
you have,
it'll calculate. It's pretty much just, like, very similar to, MyFitnessPal. You can add food, and then it'll calculate how much food you have remaining for the day. Um, and then in the chat feature in the bottom, there's also an AI, Sarah AI. So it's like, if you ever have any questions, you can ask, AI.
why can't I lift as much weight as before? And you've integrated this with AI, so it's kind of like AI enabled chatbot that allows me to talk to maybe like an LLM that you've trained on fitness and
Yeah, exactly.
got you. And it's also like pre-framed to um, women and menstrual cycles, and so the answers I get will probably be within that context.
Yeah, exactly. Like the response I got is it's common for women to experience changes.
Oh, that's awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool. It looks really nice.
So it is trained for women specifically, the
Mm,
AI.
got you.
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
then there's also like the coaches side.
Oh yeah, there's like a
Of
whole
the
nother app
platform.
that you built under this for coaches. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So the coaches can see all of your progress and track
Yeah.
their side for admin.
That's crazy. Very cool. So you've literally built like this whole like coaching platform. I really feel like you could even white label this and like sell it to coaches like on their own too. Like if you don't want to bring it through the platform, I would encourage you to continue talking to coaches. And there's probably a lot of women coaches who would love to have their own app, and you could charge them like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and just like um, white label this app for them and just build them their own version of it. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah, that could be a really good idea as well.
Just keep talking to people. You'll find like the right avenue.
Hmm.
Um, nice, Pooja. Well, I got a couple more questions for you. This has been a lot of fun. Like when you joined Ambitious Labs, like were you hesitant or skeptical about like achieving the outcome of like launching an app? Like where was your head at when you first joined?
I think I'm very, like, motivated and driven, like, I think for me, I'm the type of person where it's like, I think anything is possible.
Nice. I love it.
So, I was like, "I'm gonna get this done no matter what, like, I'm just gonna do it." So, when I first entered this program, I was like, "I'm gonna, like, use every single resource that you guys give, like, all the office hours, like, I'm just gonna, like, do this." And I think when I first started Ambitious Labs, I was, like, working a job that I completely just, like, hated.
Oh yeah.
The work culture there was terrible, and I was just like I was just like, that job would, like, make me cry, like,
Oh no. I'm so sorry
it
to
was
hear that.
just a really bad job,
Who loves, I mean, if you love your job, you're in a good spot. But a lot of people that we help, yeah, like they're just not fulfilled in their 9 to 5. So they want to fulfill themselves by building something for themselves.
yeah,
Um,
it felt like at that job I was at, everyone was doing things out of fear.
how'd you find out about us?
Instagram.
Right. I think it was an Instagram ad. I remember seeing that on your profile. Um, and then like, were you skeptical at all, or are you the type to take risks and like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out?
I just took the risk.
I got
Yeah,
you.
but I
Yeah.
think, like, that I did look up on the internet and I was like, "Is Ambitious Labs legit?" And
a
there's,
lot of
like
a
I
lot
think
of people do that. I actually want to make a YouTube video that because some people tell me they look up is Ambitious Labs a scam. So I'm thinking about like just making a YouTube video called "Is Ambitious Labs a Scam," and just ranking super high for that and catching everybody looking for it. Um,
yeah, 'cause I yeah, 'cause that is what I searched when I was first looking into it, and I think I came across I don't know if it was Reddit or Quora or it
oh, okay,
was
one of
one of
those sites.
those
Yeah,
websites.
somebody did ask a question in there about our program, and luckily our community gave some good answers.
Yeah, so then I saw that and everyone was like, "No, it's not a scam, like, they're
So let
really
me
good."
ask you: is Ambitious Labs a scam?
No, it's not.
Okay. Because you obviously launched an app. What was it like inside the program? Like, what was your day to day like, and like, what should somebody expect if they join?
I think the coaches have I don't know how many people, like, you guys have at a time, but you guys are working with a few people, so, like, keeping that in mind too, because like, sometimes I would get, like, impatient,
Yeah,
um, and I'd be like, "I want my answers, like, now," but
for sure.
obviously there's, like, other people in the program,
Yeah,
um, but I really do like how if you go to the office hours, like, you get your own time, like, talking to the coaches one-on-one.
and you had one on one time as well too, right? Like
Yeah,
during the accelerator. So
I did for sure, but, like, the way the coaches would do it is, like, you would come with a question, and then they would just, like, sometimes even if there was more people, they'd be like, "Oh, can you come back in, like, 30 minutes? Oh, can you come back in an hour?" And then we'll, like, address your issue then because they're working with other people,
mm,
or they'll, like, work with you first if you were there first kinda thing, and I kinda like that 'cause, even during the office hours, there's a lot of one-on-one support.
yeah, and what I like is like that like there's an hour long like office hours that you can jump into, so you're like working for that whole hour. When you were working a 9 to 5, did it fit your schedule?
It did, I think so, cause like, the one I liked the office hours I liked the best was at 5.
Mm,
It's, like, from 5 to 7, and
gotcha.
there's another one from 8 to 9 that I would go to as well, so that would work really well, with my schedule. And then in the morning, it'd be pretty good because then, like, while I was at work, I could just, like, ask questions on the one-on-one chat.
Yeah. And do you feel like the community supported you at all too? Like, do you find value from like everybody else that's in the program as well? I think there's like 700 now. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used that as much because I was really, like, working closely with, the
Like your
coaches
coaches.
more.
Yeah.
But I think, like, now that, I don't have, like, the one-on-one channel anymore, I think I'm probably gonna use that, instead, because now I'm more on, like, the marketing and business side anyways, and, like, I think the one-on-one support was more for the building and learning how to build and that kinda thing.
Yeah.
So, that's something I probably should, like, start utilizing more.
Absolutely. Like launching and scaling are two channels that we talk mostly about, like, launching and scaling and getting users and growing the business. And so definitely want you to be more involved there. We have a lot of builders who are launching and scaling. And so, like, they're so busy, like, trying to figure out what to do that they're not, like, actively participating in building. Because, like, now y'all know how to build. You can take the training wheels off and y'all can go now. But we need to figure out where we're going and, like, how fast we're gonna go and um, how we're gonna get there. So um, definitely want you to be more involved in, like, the launching and scaling stuff. And then, yeah, hopefully when we start doing this growth marketing accelerator soon, we can all work together again, get all y'all in a big group, and we can all grow our apps together. Um, Talk to me about that. What's your next step? Like, how are you going to take it from here?
Well, the growth marketing, for sure, is something I'm really concentrating on. Um, but as of like my version two, or like the versions that will come after, like I want to um add some more like tracking metrics, like
Mm,
maybe like tracking supplements, or like tracking um the hygiene products and like how long you're using them or things like that, or also integrating watches and connecting MyFitnessPal to the app, and then down the line even adding like pregnancy or menopause, but that'd be after marketing the MVP like the way it is right now, and then
yeah.
getting more users. But the main thing right now is definitely like the business and marketing side of things.
So, like, getting more coaches, stuff like that.
Yeah, getting more coaches first. That's the first part, and then focusing more on users.
I really think, like, coaches is going to be, like, the place to focus. Like, at Closer Academy, like, I was trying to build a playbook for getting, like, B2C customers, just like, users for the app, like, B2C. But I've just seen I'm paying, like, TikTok ads like $10 per download, right? uh, to get one user to come into my app who might not even pay. But then, like, I pay this VA like $25 per influencer that I talk to. Which one should I spend my money on, right? Like, should I pay $10 for a random download from some random person, or $25 to get, like, a really strong, you know, potential influencer who could partner with me and grow the app? So, like, I'm starting to go, like, that way. And I think that's where you should go too. Like, B2C acquisition is very expensive, and if you have a coach, like, they're going to be, like, operating and selling your app for you and then giving you the feedback that you need to, like, build a good product, because they're the ones that are using it, right? And, like, you're not a fitness coach, you're an entrepreneur. Like, entrepreneurs typically don't, like, get involved at, like, the end level. They just have the idea and then they find ways to, like, remove themselves from the value and then let, like, their customers drive the feedback.
Yeah, I
um,
definitely think the VA route is really good. I think that's a route that a lot of people go down.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I really want to see if it works for more of y'all. So it would be really cool to teach y'all how to do it too.
So the calls that you book with the you're saying that you have 5 calls. Is that with five of the people that DM back?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And that's just like guaranteed, pretty much.
What do you mean guaranteed?
Like you get 5 calls every week.
No, no, no. That's just what it's coming out to. Like, last week was three, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago was three. This week was five. Um, it's not guaranteed, but,
And then you just like talk about your app in
well,
those calls.
we don't just try to talk about the app. We, like, sell them on the app. It's more of, like, it's a sales call, right? It's like I'm selling the influencer on, like, how they're going to make money with me, and, like, why they should work with me. And then I'm also like, uh yeah, and then in return I might have to pay them or compensate them, and there's also, like, a back and forth. But, like, influencers need to be kind of convinced too, because they don't want to just promote any product, and you don't want to just pay an influencer $200 for one post, right? You want them to, like, be with you long term. So you have to, like, have a compensation model that incentivizes them long term, and then um that incentivizes them long term, but also doesn't lose you money. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So it's kind of a hard science. I haven't cracked it yet. I'm not going to lie to you. Um, I'm talking to about 8 or 9 influencers, and we're going back and forth. Um, but I haven't really cracked like what's the offer that's going to get them to move, like, to start promoting. Like some of them want like $100 per post. Some of them want, monthly retainers of like 3K, and I'm like, no, like nowadays there's this whole concept of like CPM based compensation where they get paid per thousand views. So you could pay somebody like $3 per thousand views. Sometimes it doesn't motivate the person enough. So I'm still testing what works. And then once I come up with the compensation model, I'll share that with you guys as well in the growth marketing program.
Yeah, I've also seen like the on Instagram you can like boost and get like
Don't
more.
boost. Boost is a waste of money. Boost is like the slot machine. Like they want like normal people, like you and me, to just hit the boost button and feed them $20. It's meant to be like a little slot machine for Facebook. Like, don't use the boost feature. TikTok boost is okay. TikTok has a good boost system, and they actually will drive results. But Facebook's boost system is a total scam.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't used it. I started posting like last week, but probably gonna post more content as
Keep
well
posting.
on my
Keep
Instagram.
posting. I've been posting on TikTok recently too, and it's just so fun to grow on TikTok. Like, have you started doing TikTok yet?
I've done TikTok for like my personal stuff. I
Oh,
haven't done
really?
it for my app yet.
Yeah, even if you do it for your personal, I think that's actually better. And then you start kind of feeding in your app. I think that's actually going to be better for you, than making one specifically for the app.
Hmm.
But awesome, Pooja. You did really well. Congratulations. Hope to like continue seeing you in the community. And we're also friends. You followed me on Instagram, and so we'll stay in touch for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
really appreciate you. Th- Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the whole program. I think it's really awesome and a lot of people should do it.
Let's go. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description to Pooja's app to download it, and then also a link to Pooja's Instagram so you can follow and reach out to her if you want to get involved with FemFit or if you have any questions for her. Feel free. So yeah, thanks, Pooja. See you later.
See ya. Thanks. Bye.